Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing a layout for Cocoa Vanilla Studio and I'm using the Free Spirit collection. So this was a collection that was released a little while back, but I have it in my hoard vault and I decided to bust it out today. So the colors of this collection are really pretty. So they're pinks and corals and light mints and aquas, and I felt were just perfect for this picture that I wanted to scrap. And this photo that I wanted to scrap is of my two children, my girls. I only have girls. um, and they were sitting on the couch and they were sharing an iPad, and it was just really cute, and they were loving, and they sat still for about 3.5 seconds, and in that time I managed to snap a picture. So what I did here with the layout paper is I cut triangles and kind of made um, I guess semi-diamond shaped quarters on the page, so the page looks like it's divided into four. And now I'm just taking my sewing machine and my little itty bitty sewing machine, and I'm going through and I'm sewing around the entire perimeter of the layout, and I'm also going to sew down the edges of the triangles. And I'm showing you there, but that's not really good. I'm just going in the back now and taping the threads down. I'm not super picky about this part, mainly because they get tucked into albums and no one's going to fiddle with them. They're not going to come undone over time because they're not being played with and taken out of the page protectors, so I'm not worried about them coming undone. So that's the photo. So I printed a couple of these photos out. Two of them were in black and white and two of them were in color. And the reason why there was two is because the photo was taken lengthwise, and when I had the option of printing, when it gave me the option of 4x6, it zoomed in a bit, and that's the actual photo that I chose to scrap. But if you saw previously when I showed both photos, one was longer and more narrow, and so it showed more of my gray couch, and I didn't want too much of that shown. I wanted more of the focus to be on them, so that's why I chose that photo. So here I am going through the bits and papers that I have that are already cut. I don't think I cut into any new sheets. Isn't that amazing? Usually I'm the first to rip up a sheet, and I added my photo there, and I also added some foam foam sheet in the back, as you can see, and I do that with 99.999% of my photos. I like to have them popped up. I really do like the dimension and the shadow that the foam creates in the back, so that's why I do it. And I went through the sticker sheet and the accessory sticker sheet, and I took out that kind of orangey coral colored scalloped border, and I tucked that behind my layers, and it just looks like it's part of my layering piece there. So now you're going to see me do something that isn't necessary and you'll see why in a bit. So I'm going through the cut apart sheet, and I found part of one of the, I don't remember if it's a 3x4 or 2x3 card, and it had the word happy. So I'm going through, like in a scripty kind of watercolored handwritten kind of font, and I'm going through and I'm fussy cutting around the entire word. So I don't need to do this because you'll see in a minute that going through the ephemera, I didn't realize, or maybe I forgot, that there was already a happy word cut out. It was part of the collection. I had forgotten about that, so, but I do like this option better, because if I would have used the one that came with the ephemera pack, I wouldn't have been able to shape it around the word that I want, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So right now I'm taking the alphabet stickers and I'm creating my title. So the title will be Mama's Happy Heart. So it's a little hard to see on camera. Oh, do you see what I'm doing there? I'm shaping my happy around the bottom of the title. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had I used the one that was all one piece. Do you know what I mean? So because this was cut out and it was in pieces, I was able to make it more circular versus just straight. So I think I was trying to mention that it's a little hard to see on camera, but in real life, the title is very visible. And I think because of the way maybe the camera is set up, maybe the lighting, it kind of washes the title out, but trust me, in real life, and you can see in the photos too, that the title is stands out. So I'm just going through now the alphabet letters, and I'm just going to stick them down with a bit of wet glue. And I don't do a whole hell of a lot of gluing and a really good job, mainly because I know that I'm going to go through it with my sewing machine. And that's really going to anchor them down, but I just didn't want them to move. You guys know the way I am with glue. So, and you guys know the way I am with frames, whether they be chipboard or just regular cardstock frames and tags. Just watch. I keep using frames and I love them. So I have these two frames and I'm going to use them for the tucking of the embellishments. So you'll see here. And I happen to have two of that aqua one. So thankfully I did have a backup. And I use a new one because the other one wouldn't have been long enough. So I would have been in a bind. I would not have been happy had I not had that extra piece. So this is the banner that comes in the ephemera. And I'm going to use both of them because my photo cluster and like embellishing is long enough where I can. And I really like the look of that as well. You're going to see, I'm going to show you that happy that I didn't need to cut out, but I did anyway. And in the meantime, I'm just going through the ephemera and choosing the ones that I like and that I think will work with this photo. And there is a piece of cardstock, the one that you see me cutting right there, and it's typed. And it had like the perfect saying on it, so I just cut a very thin strip with my paper trimmer, and now I'm going through and cutting it apart and using it like as my journaling. Even though I don't journal, for those of you who watch me, I don't journal on my photos, on my layouts. It's just a preference of mine. If there's something that I need to document, then I will write it at the back of the layouts. Some people document on the fronts, and their layouts look really good, but when I do it, I end up not being happy with my layouts, and that's simply why I don't do it. I feel like I end up ruining the layout at the end. I know a lot of you feel like that too, like you're not happy with your handwriting, and so you don't do it. Same like me. So this was from the cut apart sheet as well. And I just took some pieces, and that white and dark pink one say memories are made of this. And I love this photo of them too. The little one is always pushing the bigger one off of her because the big one wants to, she thinks she's like an older kid, right? So she wants the baby to like play with her and like, hey, let's go for a walk and let's do this. But the baby is a baby. And she's like, stop bothering me. Let me do my thing. So, but this was good. And I love how the older one has her arm around the little one's shoulder. And the little one's just peeking over onto her iPad. So I'm just going through, like I mentioned, the ephemera, pulling out pieces that work. I'm adding some filler like that pineapple. I'm also going to take some thread here, and I'm going to create kind of like a thready nest because I end up adding a flare button, and just I like this is something that Missy has always done, and I really like the look of it. And it's something that I don't always do because I don't always use flare badges or flare buttons, but when I do, I really do enjoy the look of it. So it's kind of something that I've adopted thanks to Missy. And I'm also going to use some of those woodies, and they're just like the cutest things ever. I think I use 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm also going to create a little nest for the Woody. That's a funny name, isn't it? It makes me think of all the wrong things. It's like wooden flare, but it's really cute, even though it's got a dirty name. In slang, anyways. Anyway, oh my gosh. Okay, Lena, stop. All right. So I'm going to try to work that frame in. Because I feel like I need a little bit of aqua on the top. So I just cut off the majority of the frame and just use a bit of it that peeks out through my my layers there. Okay, so now I'm thinking for my title, and I need some more aqua at the top. And originally I was going to put some enamel shapes and stuff, but I just didn't like the harsh look of them because it's so light up there. So I took them off and I cut it out of the video because it wasn't necessary, but here I am talking about it. But in one of the pattern papers, there was like a watercolored kind of arrowed sheet. So I just cut out the lightest aqua, kind of minty colors, and I'm just adding those instead. And I really like that look instead. There I go with the enamel shapes. And I just give them a sprinkling around the sheet. I just use a few of them just for some, you know, definition and just for some visual contrast. And I'm just going to take my sewing machine and sew across those, the title, just on the gray alphabet stickers. And that's it. I don't go through the happy part of the title. And that's it. That's it. That's my layout, guys. That's all, folks. Okay. I won't do that again. So there we go. So the stills will be coming up soon. I think I slow this video down just to show you the layout, if I'm not mistaken. Coming up soon, eventually. And yeah, so when I secure things in the back, I just grab whatever tape is closest to me. If it's washi tape, then I'll use washi. If it's scotch tape, then that's what I'm using. So there it is. I'm just showing you closer ups, which is not the greatest view, is it, guys? But stay tuned for the stills. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. So you can see the title it's better than in the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.